Hello everyone, I am here to show you a really pretty green eyeshadow look. This is something that you could do over New Year's Eve, or if you have a really great party to celebrate with. I'm going to be using these colors and then I will be doing the rest of my face. So I'm just going to walk you slowly through what I do. There's no right or wrong way. I'm just prepping my skin with our Stay Spray and our Perfector Sponge. Totally worth, I think this is $13. It is not equivalent to the dollar sponges at Target, Walmart, anything like that. I'm telling you, there is a difference. You can see that this is dry and this is wet. So you always want to use this Perfector sponge wet and damp. So I always wring it out, as best as I can. And then I take our towelette and squeeze it out. So I've prepped my skin with Stay Spray. You don't have to do that. I just like to do it. And I think it makes my makeup have something to kind of stick onto. And so I am going to be doing my entire face out of this one palette. These are all colors that have been customized to my skin tone. And so if you're ever interested in this makeup, either shoot me a message or I have my color match form in the bio on my page. So I'm going to start off, because this is a pretty intense eyeshadow, I'm not sure how much fallout there will be. So I'm going to do my eyeshadow first. There is no wrong or right way to do this. I know that many of you have seen me do my makeup, a couple different ways with a couple different brushes. You can do your entire face with one or two brushes, which is incredible about this makeup. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start out with Bubba. And the thing about eyeshadow is you just want to keep blending, but there really is no right or wrong way to do this. It looks kind of funny while we're adding the layers. Less is more, I always say, but you can always build up the colors, and it does look a little funny. Is my screen might be a little bit dirty. There's no right or wrong way, and it kind of looks funny until we get all the colors added, but you can just keep applying and keep blending. So I'm taking this Bubba, I'm gonna come closer. I'm taking this Bubba right here above my crease. You can see that I have hooded lids. Right now, they don't look so bad, but in the mornings, this part comes clear down to my eyelashes. So I like to kind of tip my head back slightly when I have hooded lids or when they're more prominent, and I always take that color above that crease. And I'm just kind of taking Bubba down onto the lid just to kind of prime it for my other colors, okay? So very, very simple. I'm gonna go into this color right here called Ivy League. And I'm just going to pack it on this outer part of my lid and just bring it into my crease. I'm starting off small because this is a pretty potent color, or not small, light. And I'm just kind of packing it in. See, I'm just kind of stippling it in, and then I'm just going to kind of fan it. Okay, I'm just going to fan it and loosen it up. Okay, now for those of you that have hooded lids, you can see it goes away, right? So it's really important to keep that color out and bring it a little bit higher than you normally would, or you're not going to see it as much. So just kind of play around and just pull it up. Take your time. Eyeshadow doesn't have to be fast, okay? So I have some set. I'm not going to worry about how perfect it is right now because we can always clean up that color, right? Okay. And I'm going to pull it out. Can you see? I'm trying to come close instead of sitting so far back in my chair. Look how pretty that is. It's super pretty. I love Ivy League. It goes so well with different browns. So pretty, right? Okay, so I'm going to flip the end while we're still into these two colors, and I'm going to take Bubba underneath my eye. Okay, I'm going to take Ivy League right over that, kind of concentrating on the outer kind of quarter. Okay. Maybe add a little bit more. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I'm going to take this, I'm just going to kind of wipe it off in my little eyeshadow mesh, and I'm going to go into number 33. So I'm going to take number 33, and I'm just going to pack it in here. And I'm packing it on the lid right next to that Ivy League. Okay? Just packing it in. And this one has a green shimmer, you can see, right? So pretty. One of my most favorite colors, especially green colors, okay? Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so now I'm gonna wipe off my brush, both sides, and I'm gonna go into Philly, which is more of, I would say it's more of an ashier dark brown versus cocoa, which is a little bit more warmer. And I am just gonna take that brown on this outside, okay? I'm gonna take it kind of on that outside. I'm gonna take a little bit on that fluffy side, and I'm gonna go just right above it all the way across. Kind of right above that crease, or if you don't have hooded lids, you can go right in that crease. And I'm just deepening the color. So take your time. Look at that, look how pretty that is. I'm kind of going right over that, okay? I'm gonna take a little bit underneath my eyes. I'm gonna pop a little bit of that 33 right over it. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty, okay? So see right now, it does not look perfect. It looks a little bit scary at the moment, right? So now I'm going to go into Blondie, which is this really pretty gold shimmer, and I'm gonna go right there. And I'm not worrying about it being perfect, okay? I need a little bit more on this side. Oh my gosh. That is so, are you seeing this? Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, I think I want to take a little bit more of that Philly. So I'm just going to take a little bit more, a little bit higher with the smaller end. I'm going to blend it with the fluffy end. So if you've seen these brushes, they're all double-ended. And so it makes it really nice to be able to achieve any eye look. Look at that, that's so pretty. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of the gold. Oh, that's pretty. And while we're at it, I'm gonna add a little bit more of that number 33, right? Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm just kind of tapping over those to kind of blend out. Look how pretty that is. Okay, I'm gonna take my microfiber cloth and I'm just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit. Look at that, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So a lot of people like to use the contour that I match you with, which is a great option. I'm going to show you with one of my eyeshadows how easy it is to do my brows. A lot of people use the contour, excuse me, to do their brows, and I will do that sometimes. I have naturally microbladed brows, so I don't have to do a ton to mine, which is kind of nice. But see, this is kind of being faded out. So I just kind of have matched this eyebrow shade to my natural color. And so if you are interested in eyebrow color, let me know and I can match you with either a contour or a combo contour and eyeshadow, or just an eyeshadow. So, okay. So now we're gonna do the rest of my skin. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add contour. It's easier for me personally to do contour first before my other main shades. It is a preference. I'm gonna do mascara last. That's just me, but there's no right or wrong way. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do just like her. As long as you get it on, you blend, you are good to go. But I'm gonna show you how easy this is. So I have a little bit of melasma here. And so I'm just going to use a little camo color to kind of mute those colors out. And I have a little bit up here. I used the smallest amount, okay? So you can see my skin through it. You can still see my melasma, so I'm just kind of doing that, okay? I'm gonna take the slightest amount. If I get really close, you can see I have some purple bags right there. So I am just going to use the smallest amount. I'm using Mango today to mute out my purple and blue. So you can see the difference. right? Crazy. So you can see how different it looks when you can apply the right color to mute out distractions that you don't want there. Okay, so already you can see my eyes look a little bit more awake. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my contour, and I just really like to focus underneath my jaw. Okay, so that's my jawline, or cheekbone, jawline. I need coffee, okay? It's my cheekbone, but I go right underneath that, okay? So I'm not worried about it being precise because I'm gonna blend things out. Think of 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, okay? So don't worry so much about it being perfect. I like to use a butt end like this. So if you have this brush, you can do it with that. You can do it with this. Or if you want more of a precise, and anybody that's beginning with this makeup, I always, always, always match you with this detail brush. And it just makes it so easy to hug that cheekbone for more precision. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just quickly going with this because I grabbed it first. I have a hair. Okay, so now I am going to apply my brightening highlight right there, there, there. I'm gonna do my nose real quick with my contour. Okay, look that up. I'm gonna put a little bit right there, a little bit down my nose of that brightening. Okay, and now I'm just going to take my blend brush and I'm going to apply my main shade. So if you've done a Zoom with me, you know, whoop, and you guys all remember it every time. I learned that from another artist, and I tell you, no one ever forgets where to apply that. Okay, so now I've just added my main shade. This is not a ton of makeup, I'm telling you. This is a 1-layer makeup that you don't have to layer, which is so nice. So it gives you that really nice finish on your face. So yes, you can see the texture of my skin, right? You can see, but it allows me to have that kind of perfected finish, if that makes sense, okay? So look at that. Look how easy that is to blend out, okay? So for this look, since I am going for more of a glam look, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add a little bit more of my contour. I'm just gonna use the same brush I was just using. So if you over blend, don't worry. Like, you can always add more contour, okay? So if you feel like, oh, it's just going away every time, well, part of it is that you probably are blending it out as you're going, or you're over blending, okay? So I'm gonna show you a trick here in a few. So I like to add bronzer. Not everybody does, but I really do. So I'm gonna flip to the fluffy end, and I'm gonna go in. I have 2 bronzers side by side because I love bronzer so much. And I'm just gonna kind of tap off the excess on my hand there. And I'm just gonna apply that bronzer very gently where the sun would naturally hit me. Okay, so I'm just going very lightly above that contour. I dispersed most of it into my temples, so then I can blend it out between the two, okay? So it's super easy. So I'm gonna disperse a lot there on my temple area, and then you can always build this up. So the other shades outside of bronzer, they're all coverage colors. That's why we only have to apply a 1 layer. Whereas bronzer is very sheer. It just brings back a little warmth into our skin. I always like to take whatever's left on my brush down my neck and just kind of warm that up a little bit, okay? So super easy. Now, if you over blended this contour and you're like, dang it, I wish I've added more, but it's not giving me the look I want, all you have to do, or if you want more of a precise, all you have to do is take a small end, which if I've matched you with this brush, you can use this end. It's dirty right now, so I'm gonna use my other small end of this brush, and I'm gonna barely tap into that brightening highlight underneath, and I'm just gonna go right underneath that contour, and I'm gonna brush it out. And it's going to make that contour pop. Do you see that? So right underneath, just kind of stippling it. And now I have more of a precise contour. Okay, so that's super easy. My hair is driving me nuts today. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Frenchie today. I think it is a staple blush that a lot of people I like to pair with or tell them about. It is so, so pretty. It is kind of that peachier kind of pinkish color. It is a matte, so I'm just going to dab in with the end of this, and I'm going to go right behind my cheekbones, okay? So I'm going to give myself a facelift, and I'm going to pull it up my temple, okay? So all I'm doing is stamping it on, and it's so pretty. Do you see this? Look how pretty that is. And I'm just stamping it, okay? Or stippling is another word. Look at that. So it's giving me that kind of lift. When I took my brightening highlight out here, it did the exact same thing, and I kind of went in a little bit right there. So all I'm going to do is blend out that, just like digging it into the corner of my eye. Look at that. Just fixed it. No biggie. Okay? So now I'm going to do something different with my lips before I go in with my mascara. I am going to use a contour called Indigo, and I saw another artist do this, and I loved it so much. And all I'm doing is slightly overlining my top lip because it's a little bit smaller, okay? So that's all I'm doing. Look at that. It's so pretty. And I'm just kind of bringing it up a little bit. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna flip the end. So this is our multitasker brush. I'm gonna go right into Frenchie. Look at that. That's so, so, so pretty. Okay. I'm going to go into my illuminator, which today I'm going to use Honey. It is a cream illuminator. So I'm just going to hit the high point of my cheekbone. I'm going to add a little bit right there and there, and a little bit down my nose and over my Cupid's bow. Oh, got a little bit on my lip. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm gonna come back with mascara so you can see the final look. Okay, I have my mascara on. You can see the final look. The last step is I'm gonna set my makeup real quick. That's the nice thing about this cream makeup is I don't have to worry about it moving. It's gonna stay there. And my hair is obviously not done, but you can see the final look. What do you think?